Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT EMEA Stage 2 for 2025 in week 1. My guest at this time is Magnum of BBL Esports coming off their opening match against Team Heretics in which they came out on the losing end 2-1 to thus start off their season 0-1. But of course, starting off, well, having the motivation to bounce back in the next set of matches. And so, Magnum, thank you so much for the opportunity for this quick conversation. Like I said before, commiserations on the series loss. But nevertheless, it was one in which, you guys face off against the reigning or the just winning EWC champions, a very experienced team. And so, you took them to the absolute limit in that regard. So still, I want to ask you, how are you feeling? What's going through your mind? And etc.
Oh, obviously I'm sad because we didn't win. We had big talks after EWC, like getting smashed. I'm happy that we managed to show that we can play close. But again, like there is like all the time you can be better on something, because I'm pretty sure if we play our game, we would just beat them. But again, there was like some pressure or something. And it took us like on Sunset to get back to the game. On Haven, same stuff. So yeah, I'm a bit sad, but yeah, I think we have hopefully good matches in front of us, and yeah, hopefully we manage to bounce back.
I mean, obviously, this is the same team that knocked you guys out of the EWC in the previous competition. So, I mean, there's plenty of I would say motivation regarding, this rematch at this point of the stage. And you kind of look at how you guys competed on that environment and then, comparing that to now. Was there any difference in how you saw Team Heretics play and also the difficulty in just trying to fend them off? Or was there any similarities or difference or from those two matches?
I mean, I think the most annoying stuff about them is they always play their game, and it's hard to kind of force them to do mistakes, So I think it's just due to the experience. Plus, like when you win, you are way more confident. So yeah, that's hard. But as I said, like for me, it was like we knew what to expect. We were prepared. We just didn't close it out, and I think we had all the cards starting 1-0, and yeah, we just threw it.
No, yeah, I mean, you guys definitely started off the series with the momentum, clear momentum, having
Yeah.
that 11-1 opening half on Icebox and then, finishing that up with a 13-5 victory to Icebox. Then we went to Haven, which is, Heretics' strongest map in this year. I mean, sure, it was an unfortunate loss, but you guys had that chance in Sunset. I mean, it kind of looked like, though, that Heretics were going to, finish this series much more sooner than expected. But you guys made that comeback. You guys were literally on the doorstep of forcing overtime. Unfortunate that didn't happen. More so, step by step, how do you kind of look at the series from your point of view? What made you guys so dominant in Icebox? What made it so difficult to play in Haven? And also, what prohibited you guys from starting off much more better in Sunset?
So I think on Icebox, it's just a map, and it's like who has momentum, and it's very hard to out macro each other. I think as well, 11 had insane game individually, so we didn't have to do nothing insane. Anything in some rounds. So we played them, but I think on Haven we got not fully, but we got quite a lot out macroed, in my opinion, especially on the 3-9 side, and on Sunset. It just snowballed, we lost both pistols and it's 11-13. I feel like if we get one of the pistols, we have some momentum, but we always started on the back foot, on the halves. We couldn't win the last round, and maybe we would be on overtime. But doesn't matter now. I just think the most important thing is to check Haven, what happened there, because I really felt like we got out macroed, and on Sunset, just I think micro stuff, because losing both pistols is just hard on the map, especially in MO 13, 12. So it's hard.
No, most definitely, and knowing how this team has been going in this season so far, you guys have the aspect, or more so the trait of bouncing back, and hopefully this kind of story will happen and later on in this season, much more sooner rather than later, of course. And now I kind of want to pivot over to just sort of the progression of the team through the time in between stage 1 and EWC, and even up until this current moment. I mean, you guys were very close to qualifying for Masters Toronto, finishing in 4th place, losing to Liquid. and then had to kind of like look on the sideline and then qualify for EWC. Finished eighth, fifth to eighth in that competition, and then now we're here. So, how have you viewed the progression of the team during the break in between stage 1 and stage 2? What have been some of the most important aspects that the team has been adapting slash tweaking? And how have you kind of been viewing the overall adaptation of it all from your point of view?
Uh, I mean, yeah, I think it's great. I think we are doing great, to be honest. As well, I think with the team like facing, like the core, obviously it's not including me, but they faced like roster changes, which affected them. But I still think we did great. I think the biggest problem which we can have is like our mental, and the officials that sometimes like I feel like in scrims like we are one of the best teams. Sometimes we show it in officials, but sometimes we just don't show up at all. So we need to fix that. But I see a lot of progress in everyone. As well, the way we think about the game, the way we come, is like fully different than when I look at the like first match of stage 1. But on the other hand, like we are playing the best team now. Today we play the best team like in EMEA, like one of the best top 2 for sure, top 3. And we played close, so I'm happy for that. But still, it sucks, that we couldn't close it out. So I just think looking ahead, like we know how to play the game. We just need to learn from each official as much as we can and improve things before Giants game. Oh, I cannot hear you. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I fixed that. Thank you for the quick heads up on that. Despite the result today against Heretics and the one before that back in Saudi, you guys have been proving yourselves as like one of the top teams, I would say, in EMEA as well. Just kind of like very close to the highest level of teams that are roaming in this region. But you just kind of like it kind of feels like you guys only need like one or two more things before you guys can finally break that ceiling, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, as I said, like for me, it's not my first team where I'm playing, and I've got a lot of experience, and I see in scrims like we are doing great. It's just a little step forward, and we need to cross the line, and we can get on the right path. But we are not there. Maybe we get there, maybe not. But yeah, for sure. I think we are consistent, at least in top 4.
Well, do you feel like it's like mentality mostly that the team has to kind of fix before making that step forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just mentality slash experience. Like from my experience, this is very hard topic to fix, and it's kind of gamble in each team. Sometimes you fix it, sometimes it's impossible. I think in this team we can, because today like we fixed the things from last official, because last official we had no energy. Like we won around and we are like, good job. Today we just brought the energy to the stage, and it felt fully different. But we are just scared to close maps out. That's first problem. Like on Icebox, like we got again like to this pen. Oh, we're gonna get comeback. And on Haven, when we start losing the rounds, we are like not solving the problems. We are just like making sure that we're gonna come back, but we are not solving the problems, which is sometimes hard on official. Sometimes you have like this brain fog because of the pressure. But yeah, I think like we should be okay heading towards the next matches. Hopefully, I saw Giants playing very good last match, but I think we should be okay, and we should fix enough to get at least to playoffs.
Segueing on over to the rest of the group, as you said, Giant X is going to be your next opponent next week, and then after that you're going to face off against Gentlemates, Vitality, and Foot Esports. I mean, on paper, you look at this group and you look at people kind of look at it and saying like, from the point of view of BBO, like, oh, this is winnable. You guys can place high in this group and continue this momentum over into playoffs. How do you view the rest of the competition for yourself? Given the current state of the other teams, Foot, Vitality, Gentlemates, as you said a little bit also about Giant X. Are you confident as well that you guys can finish this group pretty high place?
Yeah, I mean, you always have to be confident as a competitor. Like otherwise, it's impossible, right? I think in terms of the group, if I'm realistic, I don't know really what to expect, because most of them made roster. I mean, everyone made roster changes. So I don't really know. I think on paper, most of the teams are stronger than they were. But we are as well stronger with the experience, right, which we got from EWC and the others. So I think we can do good, but again, this game is just about what happens next match. If we win this next match, we most likely win next. But let's say we don't make it next match, it can fully impact us. We might start panicking, changing stuff, and it's hard to predict. But if I just look, like if I had to play each next week, any of the teams without thinking about the result from the previous match, I think we should beat everyone or play at least very close match. So
Of course, let's just hope that the good fortune can turn around for this BBO squad, and we can finally see you guys on the international stage on VCT's standing. Of course, champions, all of that good stuff. And so, Magnum, thank you so much for the opportunity, for the quick conversation, for the insight on the team and everything else that you've been talking about in this convo. Best of luck goes to the team, and also most importantly for yourself in the journey ahead.
thank you so much. Have a nice day.